Okay, here's a really interesting one for you guys. And if you can do it, it's really going to take your relationship with your child to the next level and build trust and understanding and cooperation. And so it's quite simple. It's this idea that, um, when we discipline, we are concerned with this principle of justice and what's fair. And so if she did something that was unfair, we have to balance the scales. But we as parents also make mistakes and do wrong things, and we generally think that we are the boss. So you know, we nobody talks about our um, mistakes and faults, and so but yet the child has a keen sense of justice, of injustice, let's say, and of what's fair and what's not fair. And um, if we really want to be fair, then we have to be honest and sincere about our mistakes. And when we cross the line, just like we would want our child to apologize to someone else, apologize to us, we should apologize to the child and say, I'm sorry I did this. Didn't wasn't thinking, or I didn't realize this. And a sincere apology goes a long, long way to building trust and cooperation. But also, and here's where it's going to be challenging for a lot of you, is to allow the child to discipline you and to accept your discipline, your punishment. So, yeah, I started doing this when she was, what, maybe 3 years old. I think I remember the first time I apologized to her, like really apologized, was when she was 4. And yeah, so the first time she gave me consequences, this one day she had a bit of a fever. She wasn't really sick or anything. And so my friend gave us some Banados. And so normally I'm not a fan of medicines. Like, the child's immune system will take care of itself, and there's a purpose for fever. And yeah, but for some reason that day, I was insisting that she take this half a Panado tablet, and she was refusing and refusing, and I was like forcing her to take it, and eventually she swallowed it, and it wasn't going down, and so she had that bitter taste in her mouth, and she started crying. And so my heart softened, and I thought, like, oh, what the hell am I doing? What's wrong with me? And so I apologized to her, and um, and I said, okay, so I made a mistake, and I'm sorry. And what's my discipline? What's my punishment? So my punishment was no phone and laptop for one day, and that's a real punishment for me because I literally live in my laptop and also use my phone, check my phone constantly. But yeah, so I accepted my punishment and I learned my lesson. And so I would never do that again. But okay, a different kind of similar situation. Maybe a year later, we were at my friend's place, and we spent the night at their farm. And in the morning, it was breakfast time, and she's refusing to have her porridge. And so I step into like parenting mode and disciplining mode, and I'm like trying to convince her, like, this is your favorite porridge, you really like it, it's banana flavor, I don't see what's the problem. And so she's trying to say something, but I'm not listening. I'm being quite like dominant, and I'm pushing the matter, and again she gets teary eyed, and so my heart melts, and then calm down a bit, and I say, okay, what's wrong? What's wrong? And so she says, it's not nice, Daddy. It's not nice. So I taste it, and it's bitter. And I look at the package, and it's past its expiry date. And so, yeah, I was out of line. I wasn't listening, and I wasn't paying attention. I was parenting, dominating. And so I apologized for that, and I took my punishment. I think it was again phone and laptop privileges. I don't know what other kind of punishment I can get.